What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? Is that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you? Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're therapeutic, you know? The wife said, am I going to make a video on the way to work today? I probably wasn't going to, but I thought, let me hop on here real quick and give you an update. As a couple videos ago, I said that I had gone to the doctor, do my usual yearly physical and such. Apparently, the doctors called me back and said that I had some high levels of blood sugar in my blood sample. Now, I figured something might be a little off, because a couple days ago at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I had woken up and I felt dizzy while lying down. I didn't know what was going on. So I thought, maybe random thing, I don't know. Let me stand up, go to the bathroom, and walk to the bathroom. Boy, was that a chore. The whole time I was trying to go to the bathroom, I just felt dizzy. Wasn't nauseous, just dizzy, like a really bad hangover without the alcohol part. And the spot, my arm, where I had my blood drawn, it was in pain. And I was like, that's new for me, you know? That's never happened. This was the first time I actually had my blood drawn from anybody who wasn't my doctor in like 20 years. The doctor just happened to be moved to a new spot where he was actually around the corner from a LabCorp, and they had taken my blood for the first time. I don't know if it's something they did or if it was just the abnormality in my blood sugar at the time. But and the fact that it happened days later made it strange, you know. But they did call me back. I did go in today and get my blood sugar checked. Basically, right now, my only recommendation is to stop having pandemic food. I just gotta lose some poundage. So in the weeks leading up to the draft, I'm going to be doing basically my own pro days and combine work. I'm going to be finding ways to change my diet up and trying to figure out how I can do some exercises at home. I have a couple DVDs that I used to do. I just got out of it. If any of y'all have heard of it, I had the Insanity stuff, and they don't play. It really is insane. But I'll probably get back on that. I got a couple apps on my phone that I can do, and I got an exercise bike out in the garage. So I got ways to lose the weight. It's just trying to find a balanced and good nutritional diet for me, so I can have something, you know, throughout the day where I won't feel hungry, so I can just, you know, have a small snack or something to get me through the day instead of having the big meals. So that's my plan for that leading up to the draft. I don't know, maybe you don't care about that stuff, but I just wanted to be forthwith with you guys. If you feel anything wrong with you, if something feels off at this time of age, just get it checked out, because you never know. Something could be wrong, something could not be wrong, but it's nice to catch stuff before anything really serious happens. So, Cowboys news. You're probably wondering, about 5 minutes in, I'm just now getting to the Cowboys news. But basically, the Cowboys news is there's no news. The last signee is Aldon Smith. former 49ers and Raiders linebacker. I was going to bring you a video about the long list in his history of off the field troubles, but I don't want to look at the negative. I want to look at the positive. The guy has tweeted out that he's happy that the Cowboys are giving him a second chance. His body is right. His mind is right. He's I think he's 10 months sober now, something like that. So, just like Randy Gregory, if you got demons and you got addictions and issues, don't worry about playing football. Take yourself out of the field and handle yourself. Handle yourself, get yourself right mentally, and if you feel up to it, then apply for reinstatement like he has done and Randy Gregory has done. But get yourself right first, because the NFL world, the time that you are playing from OTAs and everything in April all the way up to if you win the Super Bowl in February, it's all football life. A lot of guys can handle that part, but it's when the off season hits that all the problems seem to happen. So, in this case, a lot of people standing outside that shop for some reason. In this case, I'm happy he's gotten himself right, and the Cowboys are getting him a second opportunity. It's a cheap deal. It's something for him to get by, something to see if he can prove that he still got it. I think he's 30 now, and he'll be 31 in September, I do believe. But that's the positives from that. It's a cheap deal for the Cowboys. It's money in his pocket. He gets to show that he can still go or not. The Cowboys get a inexpensive, and if he's good, a pretty good outside linebacker / defensive end. He's going to be coached by Jim Tuxula, so he's got his own positional coach. And Mike Nolan, I'm sure, signed off on it. So that's going to be that for him. I hope it works out well for us. In other news, there was a memo sent out to all 32 clubs from Roger Goodell about the plans for the upcoming draft and how they're going to have to handle it. Because I think they said there were like 2 or 3 different ways that they can handle it. One was social distancing, that there can only be 10 people in the war room and at the 6 feet apart or whatever, and run it like that. There was a doing it completely teleconference, and one person basically is going to have all the power to do everything, as everybody that you normally confer with are not going to be in the room with whoever is making the call. And I think the third option was to have it off-site at like somebody's house or a hotel room or somewhere if y'all can't do it at the facilities, and small number of people, and do it that way. I don't mind the first option with the small group at the team facilities if they are safe, hygienic, and clean, scrubbed down like they said. That was part of the deal. I don't mind the off-site doing it somewhere else with a minimal crew type of deal, as long as like the head coach and his assistants get some kind of input. The one that I do not like a lot is basically Jerry Jones being the trigger man. If you're not going to have Will McClay or Stephen Jones be there with him, if you look back in our history, Jerry Jones isn't exactly the best when it comes to drafts. Because you see, ever since Will McClay came in and Jason Garrett starting to get in his ear, and Steven, Jerry has been a little hesitant in doing some of the draft day stuff that he used to do. He used to wheel and deal. He used to never stay in the same spot on the draft board. He'd move up. He'd move back. he was all over the place. He would give away draft picks for no reason to players that didn't deserve them. I don't think he should have that kind of power. I understand you're the president and GM, but you're a horrible, horrible player evaluator. And, everybody's going to point back to the one good instance, getting Travis Frederick, moving back and getting him. But they're going to come back to the bad instances, which outweigh the good, which was trying to draft Johnny Manziel over Zach Martin, and the whole Paxton Lynch, Connor Cook deals. And then you settled on Dak Prescott, and then you go tell the world that you lost sleep because you couldn't get Paxton Lynch. So, I don't want Jerry Jones to be the guy pulling that trigger. So I hope they come up with an idea to at least get some people around him to make some better decisions. Because if you let JJ run this thing by himself, the coaches and stuff are going to have their input via Skype or video conferencing, but to not physically be in the room when he has to make that decision, he's going to just do whatever he wants to do. And that's a bad decision for the Cowboys. So, that's my opinion on that. I'm sorry it took so long to get through this video. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you again for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Practice social distancing, unlike Des Bryant and Dak Prescott, who worked out together and got pictures together and all that. That's great. If they're having fun, so be it, but don't risk yourselves. And wash your hands. Hand sanitizer. If you want to wear some masks, it's not going to do anything, but, if you want to get one of those respirator masks, that's better. And take care of yourselves. Y'all have a good Friday. Hope you have an even better weekend. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.